Apparently, hiring based on merit is problematic. The College Fix reported on a message from the University of Texas, Austin, that said hiring based on merit is a problem. This comes from the Office of Inclusive Innovation and Entrepreneurship. I mean, what kind of program is inclusive innovation and entrepreneurship? This is another made-up office that is reeking in political correctness. It claims that it is intended to facilitate entrepreneurship among underrepresented founders so that new for-profit sustainable ventures can be launched that will uplift communities. The problem I see with this is that it is bigotry of low expectations. They think that underrepresented people can't perform on merit, and it just reinforces prejudiced stereotypes. It is also bad for business. Not hiring based on merit is not the way for businesses to succeed. This is one step beyond affirmative action. First, they create racist admissions processes in university that judge you based on race, not merit, taking away the opportunity for others that are more qualified. While trying to give an advantage to certain minority groups, it actually creates a disadvantage to other minority groups, specifically Asians. Leftists are obsessed with the idea that it's black versus white. However, they didn't take into account that Asians actually outperform academically. Therefore, affirmative action hinders Asian opportunity based on merit. According to The Economist, one of its early uses was in 1965 when President LBJ signed an executive order requiring government employers to take affirmative action to hire without regard to race, religion, and national origin. Since then, the phrase has come to mean more or less the opposite, giving preference to people because they belong to a particular race, religion, caste, or sex. And this is precisely why Trump wants to scrap affirmative action. Harvard University faces a discrimination lawsuit alleging it limits admissions for Asian Americans, and the Justice Department is investigating Harvard over racial discrimination allegations. It is even starting an investigation into Yale University. Asian students were in favor of this and can even be seen with a banner saying, "Chinese Americans heart Trump." The New Yorker reports on how Asian students are even encouraged to appear less Asian, citing to apply with less piano and tennis. And it's because of the belief that their race would work against them in the admissions process. This is all due to affirmative action. They are hurting Asian Americans as a result. Two of my favorite conservatives are Ben Carson and Thomas Sowell. Sowell points out that the average white person getting admitted to any Ivy League university will fail, so admitting minority students into these schools is setting them up to fail as well. He explains instead of failing at Berkeley or UCLA, these students have a much better chance of succeeding at UC Irvine or Cal State Hayward. Instead of having to take SOP courses in order to survive at institutions where the pace is too much for them, they can take solid courses elsewhere that will prepare them for a worthwhile occupation or give them a solid foundation for postgraduate work. Racial quotas were a bad mistake, and equal opportunity makes everybody better off. But those who have been pushing affirmative action all these years do not want their dogmas put to the test and discredited. Ben Carson is what anyone would consider underprivileged, yet graduated from Yale and became a neurosurgeon. And he believes affirmative action actually hurts the people it is trying to help. He also believes that affirmative action is bigotry of low expectations. He says, "I don't believe race determines underdog status today. Rather, it is the circumstances of one's life that should be considered." And that's absolutely true. So it started with affirmative action, and it is now trying to work its way into the workforce. I think the Office of Inclusive Innovation and Entrepreneurship at the University of Texas, Austin has it wrong, and it is doing a disservice. It is not legal to discriminate, so there should be no option to select based on race or gender, just merit. Meritocracy always makes for a better society and better business. If you want to see more from me and the rest of the Rebel team, like and subscribe.